Hi everyone, and welcome to another session. Today we're going to be talking about managing lifestyle creep. And what do I mean by that? I'm sure a lot of you have been in situations where you feel like you're spending more than you're making, and you're doing little things that are increasing your spending ratio against how much you're actually earning. And that usually happens in two instances. The first instance could be that you recently got a promotion and you feel like you need to reward yourself, and so you go out and either get a new credit card to make a purchase or buy a house, which means you going to get a mortgage if you're not able to pay it all cash down, and that would increase your spending habits because of what you need to pay back. The other instance when this happens is when you are watching other people upgrading their lifestyles. Let's say they decide to buy what's hot, and you fall into that trap of following along. So that could cause you to increase your expenses without you realizing, and you're slowly but surely getting into the lifestyle creep, which means you're not saving enough or investing enough for your future, and that could be a problem down the road. So what are the different ways that we can manage lifestyle creep? All right, the first one is know your credit card limit. So basically this means, well, know your credit card limit or know your credit limit, to make it more broader, because credit comes in a number of ways. It could be a line of credit that you have, or it could be credit cards, or it could even be a home equity loan. So knowing what your limit is could help you reduce or check your spending. And if you're someone who likes to go by the 30% rule, then that means you will not use more than 30% of your overall credit line, your line of credit or your credit card or whatever it is that you are extending out on. However, I want to add that sometimes it's good to look at your circumstance and see whether you need to even be using a little less, because you do not want to be in a situation where you are spending at that 30%, but you're still not able to pay it down or pay the minimums because of how much you have coming in. Say in the case of where you have a $20,000 line of credit and you're doing a 30% on it. However, the income that's coming in is not enough to cover that 30% payment. I would also say look at how many times you're actually drawing from that line of credit or using that credit card, and if you can use it less, that will serve you better down the road because you'll have less to pay back. All right, the other one is never buy on a whim, and this is something a lot of us fall into. If you may happen to listen to an ad on the radio or watch a commercial on TV, or even if you're on social media browsing through feeds, you kind of get sucked into what's the latest trend, and you start thinking, oh, should I get that latest iPhone, or should I get that latest whatever it is, insert whatever it is in there. Truth is, you do not have to, because it is not a need, it's not a necessity, it's just something you want to have. So I usually sleep on it before I make any purchase, especially if it's going to be a large purchase. I also ask myself, how much is it going to put me in debt? Do I have the cash to pay for it up front, or do I actually have to go out and get a loan? If the answer is the latter, I have to think about it again, because I don't want to put more pressure and burden on myself to pay more than I can afford to pay. The other thing I do is setting up emergency funds, and I think that this is something that people should do, but some aren't able to because they are more focused on paying down debt, which is also a good priority, but I think you can do them in conjunction, and you can do it in both semi-liquid and liquid kind of setup. And when I say liquid, I'm speaking more about like high yield savings accounts where you are able to access the funds whenever you want. Sometimes CDs are semi-liquid because they are a contractual type of arrangement, and if you take the funds out before the maturity date, you often get a penalty and lose interest in the process. So I would say do it with whatever is your comfort level. And I wouldn't encourage you to put money in a CD that you will need, let's say 2 or 3 months down the road, especially if you're going to be doing a major purchase. You may want to put that more in like a high yield savings account and take advantage of the high interest rates right now that banks and financial institutions are offering. You can also put your money in a Roth if you are, a little bit younger, well, at least because usually it's 59.5 when you're able to start taking out the funds. So if you put your money in a Roth and you're, let's say, in your 30s or 40s, there are some tax advantages and other advantages to doing that. But as like with individual retirement accounts, you need to read more into like when you're actually able to take out the funding, what the tax implications are when you take out the funding and things like that. And finally, I would say block out the noise. You don't need to follow what other people are doing in terms of spending. You're living your own life, you're earning your own money, you're in your own financial journey. So don't be influenced by what other people are doing with their money and with their lives, because you can do your own thing and you can be financially independent, but you need to block out the noise of everything out there that is pushing you to buy products you don't need. If you don't need it and you just want it, reconsider about if you really need to buy it, because that's money coming out of your account and out of your income and reducing your net worth and your ability to buy other things that you need. All right, I hope that you enjoyed those tidbits, and if you want to hear more and if you want to listen to more of this type of conversation or these topics, let me know in the comments below. You can also watch the other sessions we've made, and I hope to see you again on The Horn Show.